When this drops, it'll be New Year's.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, well, thanks for that fucking heads up,
Yeah,
man.
right.
Well, I figured last time we got into a pretty good spiel before we even.
Yeah, no, that's
record.
totally fair. I feel like fucking all the other fucking podcast hosts. Are we recording? Are we recording?
Are we live?
Are we live?
Oh, my belly's so full of pasta.
My belly has been eating itself alive. I drank a good belly today. You know what that is?
It sounds gross.
Yeah, so it's not kombucha, but it's basically it's like a fruit juice that's loaded with like prebiotics.
Maggots.
Yeah, quite literally alive beings that I just put into my stomach to eat away all the bad live beings that are in my stomach.
So it's called bad stomach?
It's called gut health. Oh, so I've been shitting profusely since I got out of work.
What color?
Natural brown with a hint of green.
A little green hue?
There's no blood in my shit anymore, so I guess that's good.
That's always a good sign.
No, it really is. And like at first I thought it was like, oh shit, I have colon cancer. But then I realized that the blood was on the asshole versus in the stool itself.
So you got hemorrhoids.
Yeah, so I had a punctured asshole essentially.
Ooh.
Yeah, from like wiping too much.
As always, this is the Fucking Brothers Podcast. I'm Alex Salou.
I'm Nathaniel. Fuck.
What the
I'm
fuck,
so
dude?
sorry. We gotta work on that.
All right.
Damn.
It should always be Nate last because he's the producer.
Yeah, okay.
You want to try that again? Who are you again?
This is the Fucking Brothers Podcast, and I'm Alex Salou.
And I'm gonna try to not be a fucking asshole this podcast, but I'm Nathaniel Beauchesne.
I'm Nate Skauskas, and I'm not going to try to be an overbearing asshole.
You're both assholes.
And we're back. Let's get right down to it.
Yeah, so you were talking about your bleeding asshole.
Yeah. So, like, obviously there was concern because when you look down in the toilet and you see your stool, but you see it's covered in blood, you're like, oh, do I have colon cancer or something? You know, that's your first thing. And then you're like, oh no, I've literally just been sodomized one too many fucking times by quilted fucking paper towel or fucking toilet paper.
How dry is your toilet paper?
Well, at the time when that was happening, I was eating shit that was like not good for my stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so this was a while ago?
Yeah. No, I've had a very clean gut for a couple months now. I'm proud of it.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. I completely missed how we got here. What caused this bleeding asshole?
Well, so I think it was the changes that I was eating really healthy, and like my body was like, "Oh yeah, we need this stuff. This is great. You're feeling great. You're doing awesome." And then the moment I like would eat junk food during that time period, my body was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And normally, depending on how your metabolism is, when you eat really bad food, it gets put right into fat cells and you're used to it. But when you eat healthy most of the time and then you eat junk food, your body immediately is like, we can't keep this for anything and we need to fucking get rid of it. So I was shitting way too much. And as a result, I was wiping way too much because of the sheer amount I was shitting.
You got that dry asshole.
Yeah, so then I ended up with a really just ruptured, dry, bloody asshole.
Oh, so you chapped your ass quite
I
literally.
chapped my ass. But in hindsight, it's like, okay, this is a good thing because it's like my stool's not bloody. I just have a bloody asshole.
That's a great sign. I'm happy for you.
Exactly.
Probably look like a gunshot wound down there.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's-
stop buying sandpaper for toilet paper too. You know, they make wet wipes now that are flushable.
I always forget we have flushable wet wipes. And I've done it a couple of times and I was really into it.
It's a grace from God.
100%.
Wet wipes.
I went to a house in America for the first time this year that had a fucking bidet in it.
Bro.
I didn't know how to use it. I was scared, but like I saw it and I knew what it was and I was like, oh my God, I've never actually seen one before. That's crazy.
I've always wanted to get cold or hot water sprayed in my asshole.
Dude, 100,000%.
I'm going to test one of those Japanese toilets.
Well, no, so that's the thing. Like that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So this house.
No, the Japanese toilets take it like a step further.
Excuse
like
me?
you can control the temperature. Like I'm sure
the
it'll tickle
pressure.
your asshole if you tell it to.
Can you control the pressure of it?
Yeah, any expensive one will do that.
They got a
though.
whole control panel on the side.
Yeah, so does Tom.
Because like, imagine taking a fucking power washer to the asshole after you shit.
Some YouTuber did that.
That would hurt. So like, you know how painful water is when it's like at that type of pressure.
Oh yeah,
So
I
it's
used
just like.
put the hose on jet and just spray it up my skin.
Doesn't feel good, I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
No, but it satisfied his like weird, I like pain sexual agenda. So there's that.
That's right.
Because Nate's a freak.
No, you know, some people are like, oh, I love pain in a very kinky way.
And that's Nate. He'd pull his own teeth out if it got him off. It's true.
Like that guy from Black Mirror.
Yeah, like that guy from Black Mirror.
Addicted to pain.
Yep.
That's me.
I literally showed Haley that show for the first time the other day, and that's the first episode we watched.
That was a good episode. The Black Museum.
Yeah, the Black Museum. Great episode.
I think we should give Bandersnatch another try and try to get the right ending for once.
There's no way. The only good part about that movie, to my knowledge, because I keep fucking getting arrested or dying, is the acid scene, which you get to regardless of your path. So
at every time. I was switching the cereals up.
If you've always wondered what it's like to fucking do acid, fucking watch the movie Bandersnatch and get to the acid scene. That is what it's like. That is the closest Hollywood representation that I've ever found of fucking acid.
Black Mirror is so fucking wild.
But it's also just the Twilight Zone for people of our generation.
Yeah, 100%. You know, the Twilight Zone still really holds up well. It really does.
Oh, no, I know it does.
Not outdated. Yeah, I did know that, actually. Have you seen that? How was it?
I know Jordan Peele runs that, right?
I believe so. I think he hosted it kind of in the way that, what's his name? Rod Sterling hosted it back in the day.
Through the Door.
Yeah, you know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone's fucked up. I remember like having vivid nightmares as a kid watching the Twilight Zone.
I only saw that one episode where the guy like goes through and then he wakes up and he's in Nazi Germany.
That's a brutal one.
That's an intense episode. My favorite one of all time has to be the one with the guy and the fucking really annoying wife, and all he wants to do is read, and then the world ends, and he has access to the library and all these books, and no one's around to stop him from reading, and then he trips and breaks his glasses.
Oh my god! I'm a big fan of the Monsters Are Doing Maple Street. You know that one?
Yeah, Miss fucking Bethel made us. Shout out to Northbridge Middle School. Miss Bethel made us watch that in class.
Yeah. It's just like it shows you what panic can do to people. It's a modern representation, like especially during the pandemic and shit.
Yep.
Like nobody could just like, oh yeah, I'll just be healthy, stay safe. Now everybody's freaking the fuck out. And because like I work with the public again, I see so many people come in wearing masks. But it's like, what are you wearing a mask for? Aren't you vaccinated?
Yeah, literally. Not that that's going to fucking help you.
No, exactly.
All right, real question. What do you think in the coming future unvaxxed sperm is going to be worth? COVID-free vaccine sperm.
$17,000.
What?
I don't think you can put a price on something like that.
I don't think you can either, but like it's going to be the new Bitcoin. I see memes about that shit all the time, but it's true.
No, it absolutely is, especially because like you don't know what's going to happen to these people in 10 years.
We should buy a bigger freezer.
Today's podcast is brought to you by unvaccinated people.
They're the worst.
Make your own fucking decision on your own health. The government doesn't get a say in what you do with your body.
Oh, wait, did you say unvaccinated people?
Yeah.
They're the best.
Yeah,
Excuse
that's what
me.
I'm saying.
The unvaccinated people are the fucking worst.
I think I'm so content that I didn't get the fucking vaccine, not one fucking jab. Because I feel great.
Same here, brother. Amen to that fucking shit. You're not putting fucking experimental drugs in my body.
Even at peak pandemic, I was like, I'm not putting that in my body because it's like, oh yeah, I don't trust the government as is. And the FDA, the whole thing is like, all right, yeah, food, drug products got to be, tested in laboratory experiments for like 10 plus years before they can like put it on the market like that. And so quickly were they able to launch the vaccines and like televise it too, if that makes any sense. The amount of ads I see for like Moderna and shit, like now like sports teams are brought to you by like Johnson & Johnson and shit. It's fucked up.
That's the aspect I saw that was kind of gross about it. The Pfizer ads that just played over and over.
This is going to be a regurgitated fucking Joe Rogan fucking quote, but like, obviously,
This is a regurgitated Joe Rogan episode.
yeah, this is big facts, but obviously we're one of 2 countries that allows fucking people to broadcast their fucking pharmaceutical commercials on anywhere. So that's gross as it is.
Yeah, it's
Also
really
New
disgusting.
Zealand.
And even New Zealand, like they have some regulations with it, and they certainly don't have the like prescription pill problem that United States has.
Probably not, no.
No, they don't. They don't. It's nice there. Lord of the Rings was filmed there.
That's all anybody ever knows about it.
Yeah, but you don't get magic like that if you're all fucking addicted to painkillers.
They're also really into fucking rugby down there. I don't know if you guys knew that. Have you guys ever watched a rugby game?
Rugby's intense.
Rugby's fucking crazy.
I'd actually play rugby. I think it'd be a lot of fucking fun.
I would give it a whirl just because like I played football and shit, but like that shit looks a little intimidating.
You know, it absolutely is, especially because like the lack of like protection and padding you have for rugby.
Yeah.
You know, like football players get CTE and shit all the time, but they're like pretty well padded.
We should learn how to do the haka.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Just
No,
a lot of screaming and pounding of your chest.
Yeah, but to do it right and to do it are 2 different things.
I think we just come up with our own version of the haka. I was always under the impression that you could like alter it in different ways if you wanted to. There's not like one set haka.
The white version.
Yeah, the white version.
Jesus Christ. Always yelling at me for shit like that.
Well, hey, you're allowed to make fun of those.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true. It's true. And I have been for years.
Those people. I didn't mean to.
White people have a lot of really silly ideas about certain things.
They sure do.
Yeah, like white people are funny. They just do funny things.
What can we do with this cheese it now?
Like you will never meet a black person that has a home sweet home sign in their fucking house. That's
Live, laugh, love.
that's such a white person thing. Home is where the heart is. You know, all those stupid fucking like signs. You know you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like there's a whole wall of that at Walmart, and I don't know who's buying it, but they need to stop.
That's the thing though. That section exists because everybody is buying it.
Because everyone needs that message.
They're so miserable in lives that the only fucking thing they have to look forward to is wall decor. It's kind of fucking stupid, actually.
Yeah.
So, anybody see anything crazy in the news recently?
Oh, there's another Nazi found that tried to make it till death to be free.
They believe this is going to be the last Nazi to go on trial, too, for crimes from World War II.
Where'd they find him?
Her, actually.
Oh, her.
She was
Excuse me.
She was a secretary, I believe. And she had, like, you know, had a play role in, like, 10,000 people dying.
Oh, cool.
But what's interesting about it is that they're, like, pretty sure this is going to be, like, the last trial for crimes from World War II.
Yeah,
I kind of hope they keep pulling these old dudes out of their part.
They definitely might. Germany, to their credit, has actually been pretty good about making these people accountable fucking 80 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I mean, if you really think about it, if this person was an adult, you still got to remember all the Hitler Youth kids.
Yeah, that's a big fact.
They exist.
They absolutely do.
And they got some years left if they're still finding fucking adults from World War II.
Yeah, that's a big fact.
Are you talking about the boys at the back end?
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's messy.
And just the Hitler Youth was like the Boy Scouts of Germany during that time period. So, like, there's a whole bunch of them.
I love how Germany's like been trying to make amends throughout the years, though. They're like, well, we did that terrible thing a long time ago, but we have lots of beer now.
Yeah.
Welcome to
yeah.
Oktoberfest.
What about Oktoberfest
And,
now?
you know, Lederhosen,
Yeah.
beer cheese.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got to thank the Germans for a couple things.
You know,
like
we
barbecue.
absolutely do.
Volkswagen.
Yeah. The Germans have actually given us a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I finally watched that movie, Rat Race. I believe
Yeah.
you guys.
Did you
talked
enjoy
about
it?
And
That was pretty good.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great movie,
Yeah,
right?
I'm so excited to rewatch it. And like, I watched it when I was young for the first time, so I didn't understand all the like racial jokes and shit.
Yeah,
and shit
right.
they cover, but I still really enjoyed it because even if you don't understand the jokes, it's funny as hell.
I love the Paul Verzi scenes where it was just like, Dad, why can't we drive a Volkswagen? He said, the Nazis use Volkswagen.
My favorite is like Rowan Atkinson in that movie because he's a fucking narcoleptic in that movie.
Yep.
He
Uh-huh.
keeps falling asleep.
Yep.
It's a race. I'm winning the race.
It's a race.
Scusi.
I'm winning. I fucking love that movie.
I move like grease lightning.
And like obviously like you saw that movie. And then like I used to have to think that it wasn't real because like there's no way it could be, but Smash Mouth plays at the end of that fucking movie. The movie ends at a Smash Mouth concert.
This isn't a Shrek
Isn't it a
movie.
charity event?
Yeah,
too?
it is. It is. It is.
You'll love to see, and
It's-
they give all the money.
Yep.
I actually fell asleep before the movie was over, and that's how it ends,
Yeah,
right?
Yep, they literally all give their money to the like kids that are in need.
Yep.
And it's a really beautiful ending.
Apparently, that's a remake of an.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I've
A
never
Mad
seen
Mad
the
World. I've never seen the original either, but nothing can beat Rat Race. I know that
Yeah,
much.
Rat
And, like,
Race
I don't-
is phenomenal.
I don't know why it's not talked about as much.
Because it's one of those movies that would offend everybody.
It's hands down one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Like you know when the two brothers take down that cell phone tower.
Yes, that's literally where I fell asleep. But yes,
Oh, I'm so excited to rewatch that. That's a fucking good one.
it's a classic. Definitely check out Rat Race. This episode was brought to you by movies that used to not offend people but would today. Stop being a little bitch and go watch a movie that should not offend you.
You know, I just don't get why people are so offended nowadays. Like South Park's been airing for years, and you have poopy diapers over something dumb.
I don't understand
Like,
it at all.
the world's not responsible to tiptoe around your triggers and traumas.
That's
Doesn't matter
exactly
who
right.
you are. Like,
Yeah, you gotta shut that part off of you.
and it's like
Other people are having fun, and you just gotta accept it,
Like,
and move on, and look somewhere else.
I make fun of all my personality traits, all my interests, and like because I know like each part of it is, like I don't have to defend myself with it. It's funny to make fun of that. I make fun of gamers all the fucking time.
Oh god, yeah.
They're so fucking stupid, and I
And
am
sweaty.
one. Oh yeah, they're disgusting. I am one.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I'm not afraid to push that boundary.
Oh god, no.
Like all the people and things I like, I just make fun of. I have thick skin.
So I don't even know
No, that's a good
where I'm
point.
trying to
That's a
go.
good
No,
point.
that's a great point. Fucking
Right,
excuse
right.
me. I'm too fucking sober for this right now.
I'm so tired
Yeah,
today.
I'm fucking exhausted today. I got like 3 hours of sleep last
What the
night.
fuck did you guys do today?
I mean,
It's not about today. It was about last night.
What'd you do last night?
I slept over at my girlfriend's house, and she has like a twin bed. So it's like-
Oh, that actually, I know exactly the feeling, and it's 10 times worse for a guy of your size.
There's no room.
When was the last time you fit in a twin bed?
Well,
Like 7?
his
Yeah, probably.
his twin bed was in his crib. If
Yeah,
you could believe.
yeah,
if you
no,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying by that.
you're right about that. Honestly,
Yeah, I grew out of it real fast. I remember being able not to look over the counter at the age of 6, and then
Suddenly,
being way too tall for the counter.
see, like I became friends with Nate in 7th grade, but I knew who Nate was before that. And so we were 13 at the time, and I always thought to myself, that is one big boy.
all right. So aside from the obvious like processed foods and like sugars and everything that the children eat today, what do you guys think the biggest cause, aside from the things I just mentioned, is for today's youth being so fat?
The internet.
Yeah.
If you're gonna blame something that's not processed foods, it's the fucking internet. Is that you don't have to occupy yourself anymore with going outside or building things or having fun because you can literally just go on social media.
Kids aren't understanding the use of dopamine going through their bodies. Like, no one's educating them that when they go back to that thing, it's basically pressing the dopamine button.
Yeah, and it's the education system too, because the education system is designed to make like good employees to go work for companies. So you're not building leaders, you're not building people that are like self-sufficient, thinking for themselves. You're like you went to public school.
Yeah, I did.
The education they give you was not practical in the real world.
Not in the slightest.
How many times have you used the Pythagorean theorem since getting out of public school?
Not once.
Not enough. I agree. Yep. So it's like they create these curriculums that are structured around like, information, that's pretty much useless in the real fucking world. They don't teach you how to balance a checkbook. They don't teach you how to do your taxes. They don't teach you how to eat healthy. They don't teach you the importance of exercise.
I was actually taught all of those math things by my math teacher in senior year because it was a class for kids they thought were going nowhere. So like honors students and like high functioning like kids that were doing good in school didn't have to take that class.
Yeah.
They were required to take
Like
trig.
trig
Yeah,
shit,
they
yeah.
had to take trig, but the stupid and slow kids had to fucking take like
Consumer finance was the
Ye-
best class I ever took in school.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned more in consumer finance in 1 year than I did in any of my other 11 years of public schooling.
I mean, I'll always love history class, but history's not going to teach me about the real world except that history repeats itself and to watch out for tyrants, kids.
No, 100%. Like I like history for a lot of personal reasons, but I didn't think it was very practical per se. You know what I learned from history? Don't attack Russia during the winter.
Yeah,
That's what I got out of history class.
that's a big fact. I want to put a pin in that because I want to talk about what's going on over in the Ukraine right now, but I do want to.
News.
No, not new news, just a thought. But I want to go back. I think with the kids being so fat today, it has to do a lot with that parents don't make their kids play sports anymore. Like there's a select few that will, but for the most part, no one is pushing their child to go be physically out or active like you were saying. But also, I feel like as somebody that went to public school, I would rather see something like pottery get cut than gym class.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
But it's like even gym class, like I never appreciated it when I was fat and overweight, but it's like they weren't making it accessible to people that were fat and overweight. And I get